Looks like we made it here in one piece. Looks like we made it here in one piece.
I think there's someone in trouble here.
Well, let's... Yeah! Hey.
Uh-huh.
Yeah!
Just... I guess... Thanks.
Huh? Well... All right. All right. I get... Got it.
We've reached our destination.
Is this the barrier that's keeping the Zoogle in that Nath mentioned?
Looks like it. Our Zoogle pal should be on the other side.
This barrier is weird. It looks old and half-finished. Plus, he said it was okay to break.
I mean, we won't need it anymore once the Zoogle's gone, right? So what does it matter? Did they really think that barrier was enough for a Zoogle like that?
It was. That thing was sturdier than you give it credit for.
Really? So that's the Zoogle, huh? This should be a piece of cake.
Don't get careless, Law.
I'd steer clear of that Zoogle if I were you.
Damn. We're that weak, huh? This one will be difficult to predict.
Gemini Awkward!
Elusive deity!
Not in your dreams! Mega Ray! Leave it high! Just bash it out again!
Elusive deity!
One more time!
I'll bash in their
Lightning to
defenses!
them! Glad you have your
Healing
uses!
circle.
I'll show you how useful I can
Holy
be!
Land! A chain between heaven and earth!
Water shattering of
Illuminate
pieces!
the dark! Holy
Glacial.
I can carve through armor!
Holy Land! A
Freeze
chain between
Lancer.
heaven and earth!
I'll bring you back from
Death's
Death's Abyss.
In here! Resuscitate! More for the stockpile! All
I'll bring you back
An
from
astral
Death's
art?
Abyss.
That's my cue!
I'll
Shut
bring
him
you
down.
back from Death's Abyss.
Here goes! Resuscitation!
Shattering of pieces!
No rest for the
Attack
wicked.
time!
First aid! This one's mine! Here's a healing art! First aid!
Don't let up!
Here, let me help! First aid! That'll bring you down!
Sword Alpha!
Can't get out of this!
Nothing gets by me!
Now you see what I can do!
I can do this
Far enough!
a chain between heaven and earth! A wailing dance the Hear my call!
Bloody howling!
Spread! A wailing banshee of lightning! Strike! Divine
Take
savior!
this!
Magic attack!
Here,
let me help!
Simply
First
incredible.
aid of
Armor
heaven!
won't save you!
Cyclone!
Here, let me help.
First aid! Art seal! Water! Hear my call!
Seismic rush, prepare to be
Gemini Aqua!
By the power of water, I can handle it.
Magna Ray!
That's not your run-of-the-mill enemy.
Finally. If only we could have flown with the wind to get here faster.
You finally made it.
Do you sense one of your friends, Hoodle?
I never realized before just how hot this place is. It's like being inside a fire.
You're only just noticing? Ah, yes, forgive me. The whole lack of sensory feedback situation.
That's the one. It's hard to believe I once worked in this soup, let alone helped spearhead a revolution.
And all with the mask concealing your face. It must have been very grimy beneath that.
Back then, we had our plates full enough dealing with constant abuse from our Renan overlords. It never occurred to me the air itself was oppressive in its own way. My head's spinning just with the effort it takes to walk.
I think that's called heat stroke. You might want to take a sip of water.
You mean that water that's been festering under the sun for days? I wouldn't chance it without boiling it first.
Oh, I know! I'll go to the dock and fetch us some clean water.
Water alone won't suffice. You'll need to ensure his sodium levels are replenished as well.
In that case, let's see if we can rustle up some rock salt. Alphen, you go cool off in the shade for a while. Xion, stay and keep an eye on him.
And then there were two.
Bit of an overreaction, but it's still kind of them.
Maybe it's not the time, but this place brings back memories.
I know what you mean. We're back where it all started.
You don't ever regret meeting me sometimes, do you?
Are you kidding? You started all of this. Bringing down the wall, retrieving my sense of self. I have no regrets.
Welcome back, Law.
Hey.
Yes.
Just great.
How
Got it.
Hey!
Yay!
All right.
Hoo hoo. Hoo! Hoo hoo hoo. Hoo! Maybe something's going on in the forest. Whoo! I think Hoodle senses something. Whoo!
Well, most of the perches are filled up now. Frankly, I'm amazed there's so many of these guys.
What cautious lives they must have lived. They deserve credit for their vitality.
They're all so lovely individually, but I think they look downright awe-inspiring, and so many of them are gathered together in one place.
I don't know. It's hard to relax with all of them eyeballing us at once.
Yeah, I guess owls do seem to stare.
You've done well.
He's at it again.
Come on, you know you like it.
Frankly, I never thought you'd gather so many of us.
You are so quick to rescue those in need. You have given us a big, happy family.
We're on the brink of extinction. We must work together if we are to change our fate.
You carry a heavy burden.
Don't you worry. We can change fate. You won't be alone. I promise.
This isn't just your fight. I'm here for you too. I want us both to be together.
That was you interpreting for the owls, right?
Yeah, of course.
It's nice to see everyone getting along, but perhaps we should be moving on.
Just who was that conversation between?
Try not to think about it too much. Besides, there's still a few empty perches left.
We've come this far? Why stop now, right?
Hey, Hootle. Once we've managed to gather all the owls, after that... Huh?
Hey, she's pretty cute.
Who are you looking at? Quit gawking and let's go.
Ow!
Hey.
Hey! Yes! Right.
Sure.
I don't believe this. Ah!
Okay! Great. Got it.
Yes! Yes!
Finally. If only we could have flown with the wind to get here faster.
Looks like we get to sleep with a roof over our heads.
Hey, Law. Been training?
Yeah, I guess I got a little carried away. You think this is bad, you should see the state of my underwear.
Yeah. A word of advice. You might want to refrain from mentioning that stuff around girls. Ones without a military history especially.
Man, can you imagine Rinwell's face? She'd have a nervous breakdown.
I meant in general, but you sure mention her a lot, you know.
Huh? Oh, you know, she's always there, even when you least expect it. Springs to mind easily.
Either that, or maybe some part of you is subconsciously always wishing she was there.
May the trials and tribulations of young romance never change.
Romance? Like I'd be interested in that know-it-all tomboy. I'm more about mature women. Someone more like Kisara.
You know, I used to be a tomboy too when I was Rinwell's age.
Look, it's not tomboys I have anything against. But come on, you've got to admit she can be a lot to handle.
Hey, I miss anything? What's all the fuss about?
Rinwell.
Thunderblade!
Ah! What the hell was that for?
A little birdie told me you were speaking about me behind my back. Whew!
From the looks of it, I'd say you've got yourself a rival.
It wouldn't be called the Spring of Youth without a little storm every now and then.
Hey, Shion. How are you and Alphen getting on these days?
That's a little out of the blue. Why do you ask?
Sorry, it's just... I don't know, I'm just curious, I guess. I mean, a lot's changed now he's got his senses back and all.
I suppose you're right. Well, to tell you the truth, if he'd been the way he is now back when I'd first met him, I probably wouldn't have gotten this involved. But then, if we hadn't met like we did, then I never would have experienced these feelings, so... I guess it's complicated.
I can imagine. I know it's not the same thing, but I know what it feels like to have someone you love who's out of reach.
Because of Miguel.
Alphen's still alive. It's not too late, you know. And after all, who can say what the future holds? I think if I were you, I'd take things as they come for now.
Besides, touch isn't everything. I've never touched you, Shion, but that doesn't stop you from knowing that I care about you, right?
That's true. But I do remember back when we first met, you made it plenty clear you weren't my biggest fan.
But that was a long time ago. There were lots of things I didn't understand back then. Not that that's the point.
Don't worry, I'm only teasing. I know what you mean. Thank you. And you're right. There are ways to convey your feelings besides just touching.
I'll say, cooking immediately springs to mind. And if it's someone's favorite dish, all the better. If there's something on your mind that you want to tell him, why not try appealing directly to his stomach?
You might just have a point. I'll give it a shot.
Uh-oh. If it's Alphen's palate you're appealing to, that doesn't bode well for the rest of us.
Well, friendship is about being supportive. Sometimes we just have to do our best and take one for the team, right?
Even after staying here, we never truly got to the bottom of what makes this realm's citizens tick.
Renan and Danon are meaningless distinctions here. To have one's own mind is strictly forbidden. All that matters is blind obedience.
That might be the case now, but it can't always have been like that. There must have been something more.
Once, maybe. Question is that something still salvageable?
If it's not, we'll just have to make something new. No, not we. They've had enough foisted on them as it is.
You're right. It's time the people here had the chance to forge their own path. That's not to say it'll be easy, but it will be worthwhile.
These things take time to... What the... An ambush?
Sorry. There was a huge flying bug and I sort of shot without thinking.
A bug? You mean like a Zoogle?
Something tells me she would have shot it, whether it was a Zoogle or not.
This realm is teeming with humid forests. It's only natural insects would feel more at home here than Menancia. In fact, I seem to recall reading somewhere that bugs around these parts lay their eggs in human food to ensure healthy incubation.
Sounds like they're tougher than they look.
What about you, Alphen? Bugs don't creep you out?
I wouldn't say I was their #1 fan. Mind you, if times get desperate enough, I've been known to eat them.
Insects as a culinary option, you say? What kind of seasoning are we talking?
Dohalim, I don't think he was talking about cooking them.
Hey, a lizard!
Hey, it's that ingredient.
Yeah, the one for that recipe.
You always have an eye for food.
Hey, Alf. Finn, what do you think of that chick over there?
Doesn't look like she really works out.
I'm not talking about her muscles, you dummy!
Yes.
Right.
Yes. Ah!
But this is...
Wow.
Yes.
Oh!
Amazing!
Nice work. Very nice.
Thanks.
Yes.
Okay!
Finally. If only we could have flown.
Hey.
Yes. Oh,
Yay! What? Yeah!
yes.
Yeah! We avoided getting roasted in that ring. But what we could really use is something to cap this off.
Sure. Got any ideas on what would be good?
Mabo curry. Fried bread stuffed with curry.
You'd probably buy out the whole stock.
Looks like we made it here in one piece. Right!
Saxleo Temple. I never thought about this until now, Alphen, but doesn't it get hot wearing that armor all the time? You feel heat and cold again, don't you?
Admittedly, yeah. It can get pretty toasty in this thing.
Is it hard when your back starts to itch?
Oh, you bet. Plus, my shoulders get stiff wearing it, even if it's not all that heavy.
Kisara looks like she manages all right with her armor.
Armor takes a strong body and a stout heart.
Spoken like a true guardsman. Not that I really get what you mean.
The more I think about it, the more I realize what a pain it must be. Like, what do you do when you need to take a leak?
Ew!
That part can be a bit of a pain, yeah. More things to take off.
That sucks, man. Wouldn't it be easier if you just walked around outside of your armor most of the time instead?
You never know when the enemy might attack. As tempting as it might be to take it off, it's not worth getting killed over.
So basically, you're screwed if you ever get attacked while taking a dump. Right, Rinwell?
Are you doing this on purpose?
That was quite the little adventure we went on. That was quite the little adventure we went on. Oh.
Just great.
Cheers!
Cheers!
What?
Nice try, you two.
Never.
Wait. Something's wrong.
I couldn't catch it. I'll always be alone.
Oh no.
I'm alone.
What can I do to get her to snap out of it? There aren't any thorns this time.
Alvin?
Shion, you're not alone. You've got all of us. And it wasn't just one bouquet either. There's also this one from me. So please, we'll fight this together. Shion!
You dummy! That's not what I was upset about. How many times do I need to tell you not to blindly rush into things? That said, it does make me feel... Even if your bouquet is just a weapon named after one.
I'm just glad I could help.
You never cease to amaze me, Alf.
Feeling better now, Shion?
I'm sorry I lost my cool like that.
Don't worry. It's not like I have any room for criticism.
Being a grown-up isn't easy, is it?
We finally made it.
I see someone who looks troubled about something.
A little compassion.
Yes.
Excuse me!
Hey!
Really now?
What?
I see. A Agreed.
Very nice.
Dohalim? The line of researchers is getting longer.
Perhaps I should have put more thought into this before accepting.
Looks like we've warped into that pit of astral energy.
Helganquil!
Guess they don't need their Red Woman disguises anymore.
Wait, can you understand us?
It's no use. We're not going to get through to them.
So they really are being controlled. In that case, we've got no choice.
I knew there was something off here!
They're not pulling punches. We have no choice but to beat them at their own game.
Glacial Here's the evil!
Megasonic
Can you
Thrust!
take it to another form?
Far enough!
Whoa! Hey!
Resonate with the
Mega
earth!
Ray! Blah, blah, blah!
Here, let me help!
First aid! Here's a healing enemy's art! Astral energy! Full throttle!
A flawless victory!
Stars of luck! Naturally!
Ignite! You apart! Bloody howling! Rising Wiper! Coming through! Ha! Now! Scarlet Inferno!
Radiant Pierce!
Hey,
You got destiny!
Now you see what I can do!
You're mine!
Gemini Mega Ray!
Finish
Law!
it!
Get toasty!
Burn Strike!
Begin!
The healing art! Take care! First aid!
I
Careful not
couldn't
to
make it in
overdo
time.
it.
I'm sorry.
Resonate with
I'll
the
do
earth!
better.
First aid! Here's a healing art! First aid!
I'll bring you back from death to this!
Incantation ruined.
Resuscitation!
Crush!
That'll bring you down!
Yours to be
Still got
let
some
free!
fight left in me!
Then You picked the wrong fight!
Annihilation!
Nothing gets by me!
Illuminate blah
Denied!
blah blah!
I'm
then
ready.
First,
Okay.
get toasty!
Burn strike!
Searing flame!
Rising Viper!
Raging storm! Here's
Hold
the
on.
healing
Demon
arm!
Fang!
Here I come!
Demon
First
Fang!
aid!
Sonic Thrust!
Shining
on the ground.
Supernova!
You're mine!
Light ash lightning
this!
condensed!
Soaring blast!
Thunderblade!
I'm ready!
Get toasty!
Burn strike!
Hear me!
Never see what I can do!
Returning
Sonic
Sword!
Thrust! Sword Rain Alpha!
Illuminate dark! Go for it!
Prepare to crumble!
Excited! Raging Cascade!
Take this! You picked the wrong
Mega
fight!
Red! I'm all stocked up! Let's get you all tucked away!
Shockwave Flash!
Gemini Lightning Orb!
Down on the ground!
Annihilation! One at a time!
Rising Falcon!
Burning Strike! Let's get you all tucked away!
Explosive Ring!
Leave the charges to me!
Negative Gate!
Holy Lance! A
Sword Rain Alpha! On the way!
Here I go! A wailing Doubling! This one's got your name on it!
Ashes to ashes!
Alphen,
I can't forgive them for what they've done, but I hate killing them. They don't even know why they're fighting. How does that even make them any different from the Danon slaves?
Perhaps. However, if we don't make a choice, the guilt of not doing anything will be that much worse.
Yeah, I know. I hate for it to be like this. But if it happens again, you won't find me hesitating to act.
I wonder if we're going to get attacked again.
If we lose heart now, this whole mission is over. We have to stay the course.
A six-armed giant. Is this the Zoogle from the request?
it's not only alive, but completely uninjured.
We'll just have to see for ourselves if it's really as ferocious as they say. I thought there'd be more dirt and rocks and stuff underneath the hollowed ocean, but it's all artificial.
I would imagine they're remnants left behind by the Helganquil, seeing as there's little actual land remaining.
It's incredible. Do you think it stretches all the way down to the center of the planet?
Hey, these guys built Lenegis, remember? They probably did this in a weekend.
If they had the power to create things like this, did they really only use those immense capabilities to serve the Great Spirit? Or rather, was that the only use the Great Spirit let them use their capabilities for? We haven't seen anyone here except Helganquil. Looks like this place really is their home planet.
The true citizens of Rena. What a shame that they have become nothing more than puppets to the Great Spirit. To think of the promise their accomplishments once held. They had the potential to be great indeed.
Do you think we could have got along with them? You know, if we had met under different circumstances. Like
all of us, you mean? I suppose it's difficult to say for sure. We don't even know if they would see us as being on an equal level with them or not.
I think we may have had the chance once, before the Renan Great Spirit came along and changed everything.
You and Alphen both share an optimism. A strong willingness to believe in hope.
Do you think that's foolish?
On the contrary, I should like to take a leaf from your book myself. In tragedy's aftermath, hope is all we have.
Just look at the size of that thing. The Helganquil's technology certainly is impressive. And they don't seem to do things by halves either. In the past 300 years. No, even before that. Just how many people, Renan or Danon, do you think have ever seen this?
Regarding the past 3 centuries at least, I'd say there's a good chance that we're the first. Also, while I get that it's impressive and all, I'm just amazed you're still standing around gawping at it at a time like this. Sometimes I wonder about your priorities.
I can understand where he's coming from. More to the point, does anyone know where it leads?
What do you mean where it leads? To the center of the planet, of course.
And that doesn't strike you as sounding just a little bit, oh, I don't know, far? There has to be a quicker way to get there, right?
Yeah. With all this technology at their fingertips, it seems pretty unlikely that they'd make that kind of journey on foot. There must be some kind of device somewhere. Let's see if we can figure out how to use it.
Borrow one of their contraptions? You're either brave or out of your mind.
If it works for them, there's no reason it wouldn't for us. Why make things harder for ourselves?
You know what he's like, Law. Once he gets an idea in his head, there's no talking him out of it.